In this video, I'm gonna show you how to easily connect your Facebook pixel with your e-commerce store using Google Tag Manager. Till now it's been done for me by developers, but I wanted to see how to do it on my own and couldn't find any good videos on YouTube that were explaining it as easy as I'm gonna show you now. So let's hop onto the computer and do it together. I've opened the Events Manager in the Facebook Business Manager, my Shopify backend, Google Tag Manager, and the test store itself. I've created a test store too, just to show you this. Also, I've created a test pixel that is not connected to the website, as you can see here. That's, if you don't know, that's the Facebook Meta Pixel Helper. You can download this extension from the Google Chrome extensions. And here, to find your pixel, if you haven't created one, just go to Events Manager and create your pixel, and that's gonna be the window you're gonna be able to see. So here you can find the pixel ID on the site, but what we're gonna do now, first off, you should have already set your Google Analytics GA4 and your Google Tag Manager and them to be connected with your website. I'm gonna put a couple of videos down below. It's gonna be like, I'll probably create a playlist with them where you can go and check this out, how to do it before that. Now, first things first, we gotta go to our Google Tag Manager. This is the overview page. That's gonna be probably the page you see first. And next thing is to go to triggers and create a trigger that triggers on every click on the website. So we come here, trigger configuration, and we'll create this here. Click all elements. Click that, all clicks, alright, and name it all clicks. Click save, and you'll see the trigger here already done. Next step is we need to go to preview mode. That's gonna open the tag assistant, and it's gonna suggest your website here. Just connect it, and that's gonna open your website in a debug mode. And go back to the tag assistant, click continue. And what we are gonna do now is create just a test order. So we will create just a test order here. We'll just add this to cart. Go to checkout, test, fill out the test information here. Continue, complete order. And that was our test order. So now next step is to start creating the Facebook pixel events. So to start doing that, we go back to the tag assistant and we scroll throughout the triggered events throughout our test purchase. As you can see here, you can see the clicks. Also, view item event has fired here. That's when we viewed the t-shirt. Click again here, add to cart, another click, and then purchase. So let's start from what are the events we want to set on our Facebook pixel. So we want to gather page views, view content, next is add to cart, initiate checkout, and purchase. And we want to gather the information that is claimed throughout the process. So first off, let's create the page view event. You can see it here, but it's firing every time. I'm not sure. I think it's in container loaded. That's every time that's every page view. So we go back here to Google Tag Manager, go to tags, create a new tag, and go to tag configuration. Now, next step is to come here, discover tag types in the community template gallery. Click that, search for Facebook, and that is an add-on that we are gonna use to connect the Facebook pixel much easier than with coding and everything. So I use this Add Samurai, the first add-on, so just click it here, and I think there is gonna be a button here that's gonna say something like add to Google Tag Manager or something like that. Add the add-on to your Google Tag Manager and go back. You find the add-on here. Here is the tag configuration, and you find it here in choose tag type. Go to custom and you see it here. Click on that and it will load up here. So this time we want to set it up for page view. Click here. As you can see, that's like a drop down menu where you can choose the different events, but we want page view, so we keep it on that. And next is here. So we can use this add-on to connect also our website with the Trout API, so it's gonna be a much better tracking. But for this time, we're not gonna do that. That's gonna be for a separate video. So we just use only Facebook for Pixel for web. Click on that, and now we gotta add our Pixel ID. Add Pixel ID, and as you can see, we've got this here. So we can paste our Pixel ID here. Let's go and copy it. Here is our Pixel ID. Copy it. Go back here, and you can place it here. But this is gonna be much harder because every time you're creating a new tag, you're gonna have to go ahead, copy it from here, paste it back, etc. It's much easier to remove it from here, click this brick icon with the plus, and we're gonna create a variable. Click on the plus sign here, we'll create a new variable. That's gonna be a constant variable, as you can see here, constant, and you can just paste the ID here. Rename this variable to Facebook pixel dash and paste the pixel ID here, so we know that it's for this pixel. Click save, and now we've got it here. Next is to go to triggering. On triggering, we choose all pages. If you don't have this already created, go to the plus sign here to create a trigger configuration, and we want to choose page view, all page views, name it all page views, or I've already have one and it's called page view -o, as you can see here. So I'm gonna discard this one and choose it from here and name the tag Facebook page view and save it. Now the next event we want to set up is the view item event. So for this one we need to go back here and see what information we are gathering when someone views an item. So we click the view item, and from here you can see this is a drop down menu, and here you can see how much data we are pulling when someone views an item. We can see the item's ID, the name, the brand, the category, the price, the variant. So we want to put this information and the Facebook pixel to gather it. So how to set this up? We go back to Google Tag Manager and we need to create some variables. So those are called variables here. Google Tag Manager back, variables, and we're gonna create new variables from here. As you can see the Facebook pixel variable we've created, that's constant, but this time it's not gonna be a constant variable. It's gonna be a data layer variable. So we click data layer, and here is where it was the hard part for me to understand the logic behind it and how it works. And that's the thing I didn't find a good video about. So I was struggling for a couple of days to figure out. Actually, I figured this out on my own by chance. So what we need to do now is go back to the tag assistant. And as you can see, this is the data layer that we're gonna pull the information from. Here, as you can see, after data layer, it starts as event and event model. Those two are on the same level. As you can see, they're at the same level here. And after event model, in event model, you have more information. Ecom product, total value, page type, items. So we need to get this information that is stored in items as well. So it's event model, then items, and then after that we go to ID and name, etc. So we need to copy event model from here, go back to the tag manager, and here in data layer variable name we just paste what we had there, event model, and then we put a dot after it. Now we go back to the tag assistant, and as you can see, those are also in the same level. And we want to put in to pull information from items. This one. Copy that and paste it here. Then we put a dot again, and as you can see, this is the first product after items. So if we go to the purchase event, no, we haven't bought. If we've bought two products here, I will show you in a sec when we are setting up the purchase event. Here you see two products underneath each other. So this time we've got, when it's the view item event, we've got only one. So this is the first product. So after items, we need to put after the dot 0 dot, and then go back here and copy the variable we need. So the first variable we're gonna create is gonna be the ID. So copy this and paste it here after the 0. Rename the variable to product ID and save it. Next, we gotta pull the name. So we come here, copy name, and go back to Google Tag Manager from here. Now, the easiest way and fastest I found is going back to product ID, click on that, and from here, from the three dots, just copy it. In the copy, we have to edit it. So we edit this and delete the ID and put name here as well in the name, so we know that this is the variable for the name, and just save it. And we're gonna do the same thing for all those variables. So next is brand, copy it, go to product name, copy, delete that. Here put brand, go back here, edit that, remove name and paste brand, save it again. Next is category. Back here, copy, category, category, save this as well. Price, change here, name to price, save that, go back here, get variant, and that's the last one. Copy, products, variant. When it's for variant, let's say if you're selling like clothing, I just like to put here size, change price to variant and save it. So we've created all the variables we want to collect from here, from the view item event. So now next thing is to create the trigger for this event. So we want to have a trigger that fires every time someone views an item. To create that, we go to here to trigger, triggers, new, and we're gonna use a custom event. So here in event name, we gotta go back to the tag assistant and copy the event name. As you can see here, it says event right underneath the data layer, push event, and event is view item. Copy that and paste it here. Change this to view item and save it. Now we gotta create the tag for it. Go here to tags, new, tag configuration, again use @samurai. Event name, this time is gonna be view content event. In the Facebook pixel it's called view content. Change this to pixel for web, add the pixel ID, and now this time we have data parameters that are gathered when this tag is fired. So we go to data parameters, and here is where we add the variables we just created. In content name, we add the product name. Category is for the category. ID is for the ID. Contents, we don't have that. Value is the price. And currency, we don't have that either, and the rest we don't have them. So that's it for the view item event. View content, view item. Next we gotta add the trigger. We just created it, so view item. And here we just rename this to Facebook view content. Save that. And that's gonna add the view content event to our website. Next is the add to cart event. So we go back to the tag assistant, we find the add to cart event. Here it is, and as you can see, we've gathered a little more information. We gather also the currency, some more value here, total value, but the only thing we're gonna need from here is the currency. So to gather this information from here, we just need as you can see, it's under event model, and then it's not under items, but it's on its own layer, so currency. So we go back here, we need to create a new variable for the currency. So we go to variables, new configuration, data layer variable, and here for data layer variable name, this time we need first, as you can see, it's in under event model. Copy this, paste it here, put a dot after it, and then currency. So we just need to copy currency, paste it here after the dot, and that's it. And we rename the value to product currency. Save that. Now next thing is to add a trigger for the add to cart event. So go here, again custom event, and go back to the tag manager. As you can see, the event is called add to cart. Copy this, tag manager, paste it, rename this to add to cart, save, and we've got a trigger here. Now we gotta create the tag. Go here, new tag configuration, again use the @samurai. This time we're gonna name the event is gonna be add to cart, so we change this to add to cart. Only Facebook pixel for web, add the pixel ID, and for data parameters we add almost the same things. Here product name, category, ID, contents we don't have that, value is the price, where is it? Here. And this time we've got currency, so we add currency. That's the information we've got here. On triggering we just add the add to cart trigger, rename the tag to Facebook add to cart, save it. And that now has the add to cart event set up. Next is the checkout event, initiate checkout. So for initiate checkout, let's go back to the debug view. So let's close this one and we will open it on a new one, preview, connect. Let's go, and this time we're gonna do let's create now the initiate checkout event, but let me show you what information you need, because when it comes to initiate checkout, it doesn't gather the information we need exactly. So you go here, click on the t-shirt, and one way to go to the initiate checkout is through this buy it now button. Click it and it will take you to the checkout page. When we come back to the tag assistant, we can see it has triggered here this click event. Click on that, and when we drop this menu down, we can see that we don't have like a specific information that's from, for example, how the name of the button or anything like that. It's a little different. So what I've seen is that this here in the beginning is almost every time the same. So what I do to create the initiate checkout event is get this. We'll create a new, we'll need this one here, because the button is under GTM element classes. So, and GTM element class, as you can see, is all those variables are on the same layer. So under data layer, they're on the same level, as you can see. So we need just GTM element classes. Copy that, go to Google Tag Manager, and we want to create a new variable. The new variable is gonna be exactly what I showed you. Data layer variable, and here you paste the GTM element classes. Let's call it like that. Let's call it checkout buttons, because we're gonna use this GTM element classes information to have the initiate checkout event. Click save, and now this variable is gonna pull this information every time. So next we gotta create the trigger for the initiate checkout. Create a new, come here, go to clicks and all elements, but this time it's not gonna be all clicks. We're gonna change this to some clicks, and here, as you can see, this here are the variables, and we just created the checkout buttons variable. So we click that and we leave it at contains. We go back to the tag assistant and we copy this first part, Shopify payment button. On your site, it may be something different, but as you can see, that's the logic behind it. Go back here to the Google Tag Manager, contains, and paste what we've copied. And we're gonna name this trigger. How to call it? Let's call it buy it now. Buy it now button product page. Save this. Now another button that is gonna take you to initiate checkout is when you add the product to the cart. Here you can see there is a checkout here on the quick add to cart. Click this. This is gonna be tracked here as well under click, as you can see, but this now the element classes is different. You can copy this whole thing, go back to Google Tag Manager, and this time under triggers we're gonna duplicate again the buy it now button, but this time we're gonna change this value here to what we just copied, and we can change also contains to equals. Now I'm gonna change the name to, let's see, what was the button called? Checkout. So I'm gonna name it checkout quick cart. Save this. And there is one more button in this example. When you go to view cart, as you can see, there is a checkout button here. Let's click this. Go back to the tag assistant, and as you can see again here under click, it has tracked the cart checkout button. We can copy this and do the same as we did with the previous ones. Come here, copy, edit this, and remove this again, equals, and paste the information we just copied. Change the name so you know which button it is. This time is checkout again, but not quick cart, but directly cart page. Save this. Now we gotta create the tag for it. We go back to tags, new tag, again use @samurai, event name, so this time is initiate checkout. Here pixel for web, add the pixel ID. Here this time we don't have any data parameters that are tracked, so we won't add that. And on triggering, we are gonna add those 3 triggers that we just created. This one, this one, and this one. As you can see, Buy Now button, product page, checkout button, cart page, and checkout button at the quick cart. Add. As you can see, those are in order. So we just rename this to Facebook initiate checkout, save it, and that's for the checkout event. Now we go back for the last the purchase event actually. So let's create a test purchase. Let's add one more product to the cart. Let's buy 2 products so I can show you something. Checkout. And now our test order is complete and we can see the purchase event here. And as you can see, we are pulling a lot of data. And this time we've got 2 products, as you can see here. So next step is to go to Go Tag Manager, Variables, and for the purchase event, we will need to pull the ID from the second item as well, the name from the second item, and also we won't be pulling the prices of each product, but we are gonna pull the whole value from the purchase itself. So from the order, go back to Google Tag Manager, and we want to create a variable for the value here, and also the second ID here and the second name. Go to the Google Tag Manager, variables, and what we are gonna do is let's create the value. Here, data layer variable, and now the value is under event model. So we're gonna take event model, copy, paste here, put the dot after it, go back, value, go here, paste it, go back, and as you can see, that's it. Okay, we change this to order value O. Save that. And now we want to pull the second ID and the second name. We're gonna just go to the first one's product ID here, click on it, rename this one to 1, click save, and then go back to it, copy it, rename this to ID 2, come here to edit, and here you gotta change the 0 to 1. That's for the second product. So this product is gonna be with the 0 and this one is gonna be with 1. And so on. If you can create more variables, so it's pulling if someone has ordered, let's say, 5 products, you should create 5 variables that are going to be that's going to be pulling the 5 different IDs. So save this one, and let's create the second name variable. Put one here, save, go back, copy, rename it to know that it's the second one, 2, and change this 0 to 1. Save. So if you're normally getting, or from time to time getting even more products that ordered, you just create more and more IDs till, let's say, most of the time I'm creating till 10. So I almost never get over 10 products ordered. So yeah. Now, next step is to create the trigger for the purchase event. Go back here, new, trigger configuration, custom event, and here we gotta copy purchase, paste it here, custom events. All right, here we rename it to purchase, save, go back to tags, new tag, again use as samurai, event name this time is purchase, change this to pixel for web, add the pixel ID, data parameters, and here we're gonna add the 2 names. So what I do is add product name 1, then come here, comma, space, and again put product name 2, and etc. for the other products if a client can order more products. On category I just put category, product category, just one of them. It doesn't matter if it's more or not. Content IDs again as on the names, product 1, come here, comma, add the second ID, space, contents we don't have that, value. Here we are gonna put the, let me see where, order value O. And on currency we're gonna just put the currency, product currency, here it is. And that's it for the purchase event. Now triggering, purchase, save, we gotta rename it, Facebook purchase, save. We've done all the events now, all of them are set up, and the next step is just we can go to close the previous previews, go to preview, go to the debug, and now as you can see the Facebook pixel is firing. Go to the product, here as you can see the view content event, also it tracks the ID, the name, the value, everything, and you can go throughout a whole new test order to see if the events are firing. And also when you've done that and you're sure everything is alright, go back to the tag manager and submit the changes. Here, publish, continue. So that's pretty much it. Now you have to wait a couple of minutes and then you can test out your Facebook pixel in the events manager through the testing tool. And if you've got any questions, you can drop them down below in the comments and I'll try to help you as much as I can. And yeah, see you in the next video.